Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're just gonna do some sort of like get ready with me kind of. My name is Stephanie. I am I think 26 years old. I always forget. Okay. I think I'll be 27 this year. Big maths. Yeah. I'll be 27 this year. I have a almost 7-year-old son and a extremely handsome husband. And if you have any other questions about me, you're more than welcome to comment down below. Today I think I'm gonna start off with my eyes first. If you see me looking this way, it's because that's where my monitor is and I'm trying to make sure I'm in focus and I'm not like blocking my face. So let me grab my brow pencil if I can find it. It's the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in the color Ash Brown. This is what she looks like. Make sure you're not focused on me. Kind of messy with my brows, to be honest with you. I don't go out of my way to make them look perfect or anything. I do shape them up with a razor so that way it's straight and stuff, but okay, that's the best I'm gonna do right now. Let me move to this one. I think this one is my trouble brow. And I also have a bump like right in the beginning of my brow right now. Of course, get a bump right before I start filming. But it's okay, I guess it makes it more realistic. My face has been going crazy. I never struggled with acne through high school, through middle school, nothing. And now that I'm an adult, of course. I'm actually filming this at 8:30 in the morning because it's so hot during the day. And I don't have AC in this building yet. So I got up super early and did my hair, grabbed all of my makeup, and came outside. Let's see, are those like remotely even? Good enough for me. I'm gonna shake this up first because she looks a hot mess. Ugh. Now I'm gonna take this concealer. Okay, that's what it looks like. Oh, I got brow product on there too. I got a whole thing of brushes here, so it takes a minute to find stuff. Okay, I have this one. It should do. It's a Morphe M224. This is what she looks like. Yes, she is dirty because I use her a lot, okay? Don't judge me. And I'm gonna pick up that concealer off the back of my hand. And I try to like sculpt out my brow just a little bit, but I don't really try to sculpt it too much. What is it called? That Instagram brow? Yeah, I don't want that, but I definitely want my brows to look clean. Hopefully we can cover this daggum pimple. Today I'm going to be using my beloved, I love this palette, the Tati Beauty palette. Isn't she so pretty? Yeah. Let's take, sure. It's a Morphe M573. It's just like a tapered blending brush. Yeah, I'm gonna take Aura, the matte Aura, right here. And I'm gonna place that all over my lid so that way I can have a good starting point. You wanna tap off the excess. Okay, then I have my little color switch right here that I'm going to use to like dust off in between colors if I use the same brush. Now I'm going to take Soothe in the matte color right here. And same brush, still using the M573 color on the outer corner. And also into the crease. Don't worry too much about this outer corner right here. We can always clean it up. I'm going back and forth between using like circular motions and then like windshield wipers. Definitely not the best at blending, but it comes together, it's fine. And do this side. Got it decently even for now. For some reason, this eye always turns out darker than this eye. How? Don't know. I believe I'm going to use the Morphe M433 brush. She looks like this. Yeah, I'm going to take Ritual right here. Be careful how much of Ritual you do take because she's a dark girl. Well, like she's dark. Dust off some. Make sure you can see. I always try to go for like a more natural look or something soft and beautiful. It never turns out like that. Ever. I'll always start off good and it just slowly gets darker and darker and darker. It's kind of like when you do wing liner and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Just taking what's left over on the brush and taking it a little bit in my crease. Still not really worrying about this outer edge too much, like if I blend it out too far, because I'll just wipe it off. It's not that deep. I think that's a good spot. So now I'm going to take a little bit more of Ritual. Definitely tap that off, and I'm going to do it on this side. And then I'm going to put that one down the brush and pick back up the M573. And I already dusted it off on my color switch. So it pretty much has no product, but I'm going to use that to blend out the edges a little bit. Just really wanting kind of like a smokier eye, nothing really like polished. That's why I'm being extra messy with my blending, because I guess I don't really care. Maybe it's because it's early. That might be it. Okay, I think I'm leaning a little closer for you. I think we're mostly blended. The best effort I have right now. Now that I have that down, before I put on my primer for my face, I'm gonna go ahead and do my metallic shade. I normally do it with my fingers, but with my cat claws, I don't know that I can. So we'll try it out. What shade are we feeling today? Okay, I think I'm gonna do on the inner portion of my eye, not like my inner corner, but the inner portion, I'm gonna take the metallic Soothe, this one, and then towards the outer part, I'm gonna do this one. It's the metallic of Ritual. This palette, guys, this palette is amazing. She killed it. I'm gonna take, I guess, my ring finger. I'm gonna try that. Like I said, with these cat claws, I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay. You see how pretty that is? And I'm gonna take it in the inner part of my eye. I mean, we're getting there. Can you see it? Okay, and then I'm gonna take, I guess, my middle finger, since I used my ring finger, for the metallic of Ritual. And I do this to help blend the darker color with the color we just placed. And I'll sandwich it between the two. Also, ignore my raspy voice. I guess I should have said something earlier in the video. That would have made more sense. Please ignore it. Allergy season is really kicking me in the tush. Again, using my ring finger for Soothe, the metallic Soothe. What you're going to do is you're going to grab your M433 and dip it into the matte Ritual a little bit, and then a little bit into the matte Soothe, mixing them together so that way it makes a good blend. And I always start on the outer corner and kind of tap it over where you put the shimmer shade. Okay. We got that looking like that, and then I'm going to take and dip back into my color switch to get off the excess product, and then I'm going to blend it a little bit more. I think that's where we're going to leave that one, and then I'm going to do the other eye. And tap her on there. I think I grabbed a little bit too much, so I'm going to wipe it off a little bit on the color switch. Okay, I'm gonna leave the inner corner looking like this for right now because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna put a different metallic shade there to make it pop. Just to clean up a little bit. This is the Cover FX Gripping Primer and Firming. This is what she looks like. Rub it together on my fingers. And just rub it in. Has a very attractive face. Some days I do a primer, some days I don't. Just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like, if I'm feeling froggy, whatever you want to call it. But this one definitely, it's got tack to it. I don't know if you can see that. Using this foundation, it's actually really, really good. I'm going to use the color Rose Vanilla. That took me a minute to find. I'm going to use, this is actually a little candle dish that I use to spray my foundation on. I'm going to take that damp sponge from earlier. Does anybody else like hunch while they do their makeup with their... Yeah, I don't know why. Probably not. It's probably just me. That's okay. I like using a sponge over a brush just because I feel like it makes it look a little bit more natural. I am going to take the M224, the flat brush that we used for our concealer. Can you see that? Yeah. And I'm going to go around my brows with my foundation so that way it doesn't look super stark by no means. Also, if you're trying to pinpoint where I'm from by my accent, you probably won't guess it. I was born in Maryland, lived there until I was like 8, and then moved to Texas and was there for like another 8 years. And now I've been in North Carolina maybe 10 years now. I'm gonna go between my brows with it and down my nose a little bit so that way I can blend it some. Now that we got the base down, I'm gonna go back over it with the sponge. My shirt keeps doing this thing where it like constantly rises up. I cannot stand it. Now that we have our base on, I'm gonna go ahead and take the same concealer and I'm gonna put it underneath my eyes. I do go a little bit further than like the Gen Z makeup look or whatever the hell it's called. Just because I've got dark circles, bro, that I need to cover. I always like to go around my nose with concealer because of the hormonal redness I get around there. And I'm gonna do down my nose just a little bit. I say just a little bit as a lot cakes on there. It's fine. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute so that way it can dry. Not fully, but a little bit to get more coverage. I'm gonna take the same sponge and blend it out. I also like to highlight right here because I do have lip filler and it makes it look like I have a mustache a little bit. Not the filler itself, but because I have that shape on my upper lip, when light hits it, sometimes it does look like a mustache. I got filler in my lip 2 or 3 times now, which of course I wanted them bigger, but I also wanted help with the shaping because on this side it was kind of flat almost. Like, it doesn't really show anymore, but it was flat on this side, which is because I got attacked by a dog when I was about 6, I think, and it pretty much tore my nose off, ripped my lip in half, my upper lip. I don't know if, there it is. You can see that. It's a little scar from its tooth just into my jaw, and then it also ripped out my earrings. So I wanted to get that corrected, just because it was something that I was always self-conscious about, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I always hated putting on lipstick or anything like that because my lips were so uneven. I'm sure they're not completely even now because nothing's ever completely symmetrical, but they do look a lot better. See, it's nice and brightening, and because we left it for a little bit, it actually gave it a little bit more coverage. Still trying to get used to my hair being this color. I wanted something different, and I wanted to be like fun for summer. And my son Brayden, he has bluish teal hair, so I always joke with him that we are now Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I was gonna do blue to match him, but my heart just kept like tugging me to pink. I think we got it nice and blended out. It's a good concealer, I give it that, especially on the under eyes. I like that it's hydrating because it doesn't look like super dry and cakey. Okay, now I'm going to take the translucent loose setting powder from Mercier. I'm just making sure I got all the creases out from my under eye, because we definitely don't want to set any creases. If you set the crease, it's going to stay a crease. Now I'm going to take my Tati Blendiful. I use this for my powder, as you can see. I need to wash it. I need to wash all of my stuff. I'm gonna like put my head down and look up so that I can see everything. But with Mercier, I find that it makes my makeup actually last a little bit longer, especially in these hot summer months. Now I'm just kind of going around and setting my whole face. Just going through and like pressing it in. I don't like going crazy with the powder because it does make it look a little cakey and dry, but I definitely want my makeup to last. If I'm putting in all this effort, I want it to look good for at least a little while. I even go down and like set my neck double chin area because I did drag the foundation down there. And I don't necessarily want that to be gone within an instant. Most of the time I end up getting foundation on my earrings, and Toby, my husband, will come up to me and like wipe it all for me. After I go through and press in all the powder like that with the powder puff, I go through and I touch my face with my hand to see if I can feel any sticky spots. Like right there's sticky, but I'm pretty sure that's just lotion. Now that we have that set, okay, I'm going to take this tiny brush. It's an E36 from Morphe. And I'm going to I think I'm going to start off with Ritual, the matte dark brown color that we used. I'm going to take some of that. Make sure I'm in focus. and pat it on the outer corner of my under eye. Try not to go too heavy with it, but I guess we did the outer half of my under eye. I went a little crazy on the other side, so now we have to even it out. Makeup doesn't have many rules, but I guess that's one of them. If you look crazy on one side, you must look crazy on both. I'm gonna go back with the, let me find it, the Morphe M433 brush, this one. And I'm gonna take a mixture of Soothe and Aura, tap off the excess, and blend. Trying to soften that dark brown that we just put down there, because I did put a little bit extra. I went a little crazy, but it's okay. Okay, now that we got that color down, what I'm gonna do is a little trick I like to do, is take a little bit of my translucent setting powder, and I'm just gonna take it on the M573 that we used earlier. I'm gonna dust it off a little bit, and then I like to go around the edges to try to soften it a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of Soothe back on the M433 and place it like right here. Just because I felt like there was like a disconnect. Going back with the M433, dusting it off with my color switch. I'm gonna dip into a little bit of Soothe and a little bit of Aura, and I'm gonna take it under this eye. I'm gonna do that trick again where I take my translucent powder, dust off the excess, and I'll go around the edges to just make sure that we're blended. I always try to make my eyes even, but when it gets to a certain point, I just like call it a day and like throw lashes on. Now I'm gonna take, let's see, what's this brush? The Morphe M431. About dropped it. Just a tiny little tapered brush. And I'm going to use this Morphe Mini Continuous Setting Mist. And I'm going to spray my brush. Let it dry just a little bit. And I'm going to take the metallic shade of Aura. And this is what I'm going to use on my inner corner. I'm also going to take that shade on my brow bone. Okay, this is my Jaclyn Cosmetics, I guess, whatever. This is the Blusher Bronzer Duo in Sunkissed and Bronze Moment. This is what she looks like. Very pretty. You can tell I've used her a couple times. Okay, I'm gonna take, I think I'm gonna take this one. It's a Morphe M527. It's a big, fluffy blending brush. And I'm gonna dip into the bronzer. Now I'm going to take the Morphe E4. It is an angled brush, and do my blush. I even kind of like swoop it in a little bit because I hate when my under eyes look super stark, especially in photos. And then I'll take the same brush and dip the side of it into the bronzer, dust it off, and then I'll like tap it on the sides of my nose. Now that we have the bronzer on our nose, I am going to go back over it a little bit with blush. First I'm going to spray with setting spray. I'm going to use the Moodlight powders by Jaclyn Hill, and this one is in the shade Demi. For my nose highlight, I am going to go back to the Tati Beauty palette, and I'm going to use my ring finger, and I'm going to take the metallic shade of Aura again, and do a little boop at the end, and then also down the bridge a little bit. It's going to look crazy until I blend it out. I got these to try out. I haven't tried them out. Everybody raves about them. I know a lot of people do, at least. These are the Ardell demi wispies. I got a little pack of them and I'm going to try them out. They have a really nice band on them from what I can tell so far. And today I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Kush mascara, and this is the waterproof version. I'm going to wait a minute before I do the lower lash line. Now we're going to attempt to put on lashes. Like I said, I'm not the greatest at it, so I'm going to put these on and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was a whole struggle and a half to get these lashes on. I can definitely tell it's been a while since I've put on lashes, but I think it turned out okay. I did do a little bit of black liner. This is the Maybelline Hyper Easy brush tip liner. I got it in the color Pitch Black. Looks like this. I believe it's waterproof too, and it's my favorite one. I just used it to do the upper liner, and then I also tight lined with a pencil liner. And then I did my lower mascara, which I actually got some mascara like down here that I'm like waiting for it to dry right now. Now that we have all of that on, what we're going to do is I'm going to take my nasty little makeup wipe and I'm going to dab off my lips a little bit. Now I am not good at doing my lips. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. I am not good at it at all. I'm going to do this lip pencil. It is from ColourPop and it is called Another Round. Looks like this. That's the color of it. I'm going to line my lips. Then I'm going to take the Jaclyn Cosmetics liquid lip, and this is in the shade Oh Hi. I'm going to put that on. I'm kind of messy with it when it comes to putting that on. That looks attractive. but I go in with my finger and I tap it out. I'm just going around our lips to kind of diffuse the line a little bit, but also to clean up this area. I'm not really going for a very defined lip right now. Then I'm gonna take the Lunar Beauty gloss, and this is in the shade Moon. Very pretty. Let's smear it on the back of my hand so I can show you. Look how pretty. It's just a pretty nude gloss. Oh, this gloss smells so freaking good. I don't know what scent that is, but it smells so good. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna take my setting spray, the all-nighter. This is the one that's gonna help it stay all day. And alrighty guys, that is the end makeup look. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below. And I will try to make sure that I list everything that I used in the description box down below. Why was that hard to say? I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.